Hello and welcome back to our study of Peninei Halacha, teachings of Rabbi Eliezer Melamed, Shlita. I hope everyone had an enjoyable Shabbos, and a special shout out to those in our community who are visiting Israel this week on an important mission. And we continue to learn the chavod and to strengthen and for the zechus of our brave soldiers of the IDF, for Shalema, for those who need in Yisrael, and for the safe return of all of our hostages. The next chapter, Kibbut Horim v'Yishuv Haaretz. So She'ela, here's the question. Ma hadin kasher habein o habas rotzim la'alos la'Eretz Yisrael v'horeim misnagdim l'kach betokef. What is the law? A child wants to make aliyah, wants to move to Israel, but the parents are very strongly against it. Ha'im mitzad mitzvahs Kibbut Horim roi lishmoa b'kolam l'hishaer b'gola, so given what we've been speaking about the last number of days about how important it is to move to Israel and the weight of this mitzvah, do we say that one has to listen to one's parents and kibbut av v'aim takes precedence and therefore it can't make aliyah? Or do we say that no, this mitzvah is so much more important that even overrides the mitzvah of honoring your parents? Teshuvah, here's the answer. Tanai yisodi b'mitzvahs kibbut horim hu, a basic foundational condition that is found in the mitzvah of honoring one's parents is that when you honor your parents, it shouldn't contradict any mitzvah in the Torah, or even a rabbinic enactment. If you amr lo horav la'avor al b'divrei Torah, o tavim menu kai mitzvah Torah, aslo lishma b'kolam. So if your parents ask you to violate a mitzvah in the Torah, or they demand from you that you shouldn't keep certain commandments in the Torah, not only don't you have to, but you're not allowed to listen to your parents. It's the basic halacha found in the Shulchan Aruch and Yerodeh Siman Reish Mem that the reason you don't have to listen is because your parents are also obligated to listen to those mitzvahs. Im kain, ho v'yeshna mitzvah lagor ba'aretz. Therefore, since there is a mitzvah to live in the land, ein leben lishma b'kol harav, a child does not have to listen to his parents. And he has to go and he can make aliyah even against their will. Certainly when it comes to the mitzvah of settling the land, because the Medrash tells us, as we've been saying, that the mitzvah of settling the land is, and building and growing the land is keneged all the other mitzvahs in the Torah. And he also brings from another of sources, or Shut Marattenberg, Mabit, Pischei Tshuva, etc. However, one has to be very careful with this, and one has to make sure you handle this in a, let's say, appropriate manner, and to do so in a nice way, and not to sort of put it in one's face. He says, let's say someone also wants to live in Yehuda and Shomron, wants to live in what we call the Shtachim, wants to live in the territories, whatever you want to call it. Let's say a person wants to move to, I don't know, let's since we're talking about Rav Melamed, let's say a person wants to move to Har Bracha, which is right near Shechem, which is overlooking Har Grizim, beautiful place, but it's also near Huwara. So the person wants to move there so that it should be in our hands and not in the hands of any other nation. And the parents are worried because it's a dangerous place. They feel they don't want you to move to such a location. So since in this instance where you're also keeping the land out of the hands of our enemies, so also he doesn't have to listen to one's parents. Again, one has to be sensible about this and to assuage them with words and to certainly handle these things appropriately. So we see how strong the mitzvah of Yishuv Haaretz, how important it is to settle in the land of Israel, that even one can go against the word of one's parents. Now, again, I don't recommend going against the word of your parents, but when push comes to shove, and you have this challenge of forces one against another, we understand according to Halacha which one wins. Hopefully everybody's on the same page, and everybody would be proud of their children. So if one of my children should say to us, say to our parents, listen, we want to move to Israel, we want to stay to Israel, so I think that there's nothing that would make us more proud. It's sad if we're not together, but pride in the sense that we've raised our children with a Zionist ideology and to live a life that appreciates and loves the land of Israel and everything about it. So if they say they want to live there, then I feel not only proud, but I feel like, well, we've done our job. We've done a good job in educating them. And as I said, we would be extremely, extremely proud. So let's hope that sooner than later we'll all be in Eretz Yisrael, either for a visit, for good, or for whatever reason. But the value of being in the land of Israel is something that is so great for us. So thank you for joining us again for another week. I hope everyone has a great day. Keep davening for the soldiers of the IDF, for Shalem Am Yisrael, return of all of our hostages. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you here next time on our little show.